Hey everyone, I appreciate y'all taking the opportunity to look at another video. I wanted it to specifically go over the charts and actually looking at the chart and deciphering when it was a good time for me, what made me decide to buy, and the things that I was looking at um, when I decided to purchase. I found out, went back over a lot of my stuff. It turns out it was August 9th. I was getting in baby at 7 cents. At that point, I predicted baby to go to $16. And I'll show you how I came up with that figure and maybe something that may benefit you, maybe not. But I'll show you how I predicted my predictions. And if it helps, it helps. So this is actually Pancake Swap. And back when Pancake Swap originally started, it actually started and it seemed like it was around 50 cents. Yeah. So during this time period, Pancake Swap had a flat line pretty much. And when I was looking at and invested in baby, I was like, well, Pancake Swap's really big. It's something that's getting pushed around a lot. Let me go see what Pancake Swap did. And I seen that Pancake Swap, it actually was at like 50 cent, and it had dropped down a bunch. It had dropped down pretty good bit. So, and then eventually one day it just took off. And by the time it hit $1 down here, if you look, that's January 28th. And if you come back over here at 218, it wasn't even a month later that it went from $1 to $18. And when I seen that, I didn't necessarily know that baby could do something like that, but that's such a that's such a big jump. No one can really predict that. But it opened my mind to the possibility, at least that could happen. And when let's see if we can pull it up. When Pancake Swap originally started, here we were at around 50 cent, and it dropped down. And it was around August 9th that I initially got in. So here we are, August 9th. It went all the way up to anywhere from, I don't remember, no 40 cent. It was all around 7 8 cent. When I got in, um, I had just sold out all my baby shark, and the reason I decided to make that purchase wasn't just specifically because of Pancake Swap. I looked at Pancake Swap and I seen the potential as far as what the chart was, but the reason that I decided to go with Baby is because Pancake had an unlimited supply, and that was very fiat-like. In my opinion, I didn't want something with an unlimited supply. I wanted something that was very limited so the value would increase over time. And another thing that I didn't like about Pancake was that everything was based off the Binance or BNB rather. Everything was all their farms were BNB, so cake BNB, and that was a really risky position to take because of impermanent loss. So during this time, I was looking. I was in a coin called Baby Shark. It was going bad. I looked at what Pancake did. I liked the fact that it had the growth potential in the DeFi space, but I didn't like the way that it was infinite, and I didn't like the impermanent loss situation. And Baby Swap was up and coming. It had only been out a little while, and I seen that same pattern where it had come out and dropped down. And I was like, well, you know, considering these factors, And then I also considered, I went on their Twitter, and Twitter was very up to date. It was like every day. Um, I remember one morning I sat there and I told my wife, I was like, I guarantee you I can go to the Twitter page of Baby Swap and it's going to have some updated content on it right now. And when we went and looked, it was like 2 hours ago and it was updated content. And I said, see, everything about this is what you would want to see. You want to see steadily updated content. You want to see impermanent loss not as big of an issue as some of the others in the space. You would want to see a limited supply. And I was just sitting there thinking, and I was like, well, all these things are lining up, one thing after another, and it was at that point that I moved everything to Baby Swap, and I was like, I feel real confident in this, and I'm gonna make my move, and we're gonna ride it out and see what happens. With that being said, I didn't say if it goes up a little bit, I'm gonna pull out more money. If it goes down a little bit, I'm gonna pull out more money. I was gonna ride out the storm over a long term because I felt like that limited supply would eventually push the price up, regardless of how long it took. It was going to go up. So as we come over here, and eventually we hit a height of $1. So at this point, I was sitting there thinking, it has the potential we've seen with Pancake Swap to go up to $18. And, watching it go up from like 10 cents to $1.10, it may seem like $1 to $18 is crazy. But I mean, once you've seen something go up from 10 cents to $1.10, you believe anything's possible. So, over time, this kind of balanced out to about 30 cents. And if you look at these time periods, you'll see that they start to form patterns. This 30 cent is a 3x of the low over here. You had 10 cent, and then we balance out at around 30 cent, and then we then we go real crazy with it, and we go up here, way up here. It actually was around 450. So this 450, the way I predicted what might happen at this height, when it started falling, I knew that there was going to be some correction. Is there some social things going on that would cause this? Yeah. Is there people that are just taking profits? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things at play here, but I pay attention to the patterns because I know there's other people that's playing the game long term also that's trying to take their profits high and then buy back when it's low. So it went 10 cent to 30 cent. It went like 10x here. It went 30 cent to 450. It's like 12x. And so a 3x from 30 was 90 cent. So when it finally did hit 93 cent the other day, I felt like my prediction had came true from there. But I didn't necessarily predict a specific number. What I did is I picked a range, and in that range, I felt like I would try to accumulate more. And that range went from this $1.10 to this 35 or 30, and it was about a 70% discount. So I looked at its height, said, well, what's a 70% discount? It was around $1.40, low being 90. I said, well, I predict it'll be anywhere from 90 to $1.40. For the people that look at Y-cost principles, I figured that the selling climax would be around 90. And the automatic rally would go up. I mean, possibly to 140. That's somewhere in that range. So we're sitting in this range right now, and the reason that's why I wanted to make the video was because a lot of people are very concerned about the price of baby right now, and I honestly think it's a really amazing opportunity for the people that's out there to see this pattern continually happen. You know, this is going to be, I guess, the third time for it to happen. And it very well may not. I don't want to give anyone financial advice. This is just kind of like um, what I saw, what I thought was going to happen, how I put my money in, and how everything worked out. I don't, by all means, let me just say this real quick. Don't do this. I don't want you to do this. I'm just telling you what I did. So, um, with that being said, you're looking at 10 or 11x, and I'm just looking at the potential here. So, if it goes down to 90 cents at the low, 10x possibly be $9, $10 somewhere in there. So, if it does run up again, that's where I'm expected to go to. Will it go there? Don't know. Will it go further down? Don't know. I'm just showing everyone what I've seen, and I think it's so some of the newer investors. Every time this happens, every time it runs up and then falls back down, they 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 run scared. Really, I mean, it's like they don't expect it to go back up. You know, if you study some trading principles, you understand that there is market conditions. You know, like when the crypto U didn't the game crashed right off the get go. People thought that there's no possibility for the thing to bounce back and all this stuff. Well, when it hit 90 cent, if anyone was watching those charts like I was, you'll know that that thing shot right up. I mean, it had so much buying pressure, it was crazy. People were spending tens of thousands of dollars buying more baby because they didn't think it was going to go any lower. Um, how long will it stay down? Don't know. I'm just kind of putting my predictions out there with a timeline to show, what I think, and I can look back on this later on and see if I was right. I mean, we know from here that at its height it was September 4th. September, there's October, November 4th. So it took like 2 months, 2.5 months for it to bottom back out again. So, and over here, we're talking about December 7th and December 29th. It's only been a month. So, could it go down? Sure. But it seemed like there was a lot of buying pressure here. Um, what I think will happen and what I think will be the catalyst for it to go back up is, in my opinion, when I look back on this, I want to be able to say, I continue to invest in a crypto U. As prices fell, I was able to upgrade my characters, and I positioned myself right so that way when the player versus environment did take off, I was able to capitalize the most on that. I think the catalyst that's going to set this price back up is when the player versus environment takes off on the crypto U, and that's going to push a lot more money back into the space. It'll probably end up breaking its high again and go up a lot higher. A lot of people think that it was really high here, but other players in the crypto DeFi space, I mean, you can just go look at their charts and see what happened with them. You know, it's not out of the realm for it to go up there close to $10. That's my prediction for me to look back on. But I just thought it was kind of interesting to look at this and how it played out. Um, and I don't even think that was really a catalyst here. I think it just had shot up so high, and people just thought that around that $1 mark, it was a very round number, and the price started falling. People started taking profits. It was kind of interesting. But every bit of the way, as the price falls down, there's always people that's saying it's not going to go back up. My investment's going to go to zero. It's kind of an interesting thing, I guess, to see over and over again. But if there's anything else that y'all have questions about, before I go, shout out to me get this. And this guy has been very, very helpful. I want to make sure. BBP, wow, thank you so much. You've helped me out a whole bunch. Giving you a shout out, man. Someone else that's in the Discord, talked to a bunch. It's been a big help, helping me kind of get me motivated to do this type of thing. And, shout out to him. So y'all go check out his channel. And there was one other thing that someone wanted me to address, and that was let me see. Could you please add to your video about the leader support thing, like when you were trying to enter PvE? My question, does mentality stat have anything to do with this? Mentality, I believe, was magic. Has a higher magical damage. And this is also the basis for magical characters. Mentality is also the requirement for some of the PvE combats and PvP battles. The answer to that question is no. I don't think it has anything to do with it. So there's that. I think the leader is probably going to have to be someone that's got pretty good vitality. They can take a lot of damage. Support, if there is an equation that solves the healing issue, because there's not an equation in the crypto wiki, I think that may be beneficial in support. And there was another one as well. And I think that would be more of the magic position. Which, by the way, altcoin collector is a magic position. It's just a healer. I'm just like a mage or an assassin, and that other role would probably be better. But until next time, guys, thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. As always, if there's something else I can address, put it in the comments. I'd also like to say thank y'all. Appreciate all the support. It means a lot. Trying to just help the community. Thank y'all.